It's that time again. The time where we look at a lot of really cool Sims builds and feel bad about ourselves. Welcome to my shell challenge tours. So if you missed it, I made a video a couple weeks ago where I built the shell of a house, put it up for you guys to turn into a real house, and now we have like hundreds of builds to look at and show off some of the best ones. So essentially, I built this weird box, and I was like, okay guys, make it into a house. And now we have hundreds of houses. This one is my third one I've done on YouTube, and probably the worst one yet, to be honest, because at its very core, the only rule of this challenge is that you can't touch my walls. So you're gonna take this shell, you can make it into a restaurant, a house, a whatever, anything you want, put it on any lot you want, use any objects you want. You can add walls on the inside, but again, you just can't change any of my existing walls. So people had these weird little walls to work with on the inside. This one is the bane of my existence. And they had to figure out a way to roof it and to turn it into a real house. They can rotate it however they want. They can do anything they want to this shell. It just has to stay the same. Does that make sense? And one of the coolest parts about this is that people do such vastly different builds with it. I mean, this is what I built. It's a classic little orange Suburban. It's really not good. Like, this is bad. Once you see the other ones, you'll understand. You might be like, oh, Kayla, that's really cute. You did a great job. No, I didn't. When you see what they built, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, Simsie, you suck. Like, you're the worst at this. Okay, this first build we've got here is by lilsimsie? simslimey? I don't know how to pronounce their name, but they did a terrible job. I'm just kidding. I spelled my own name wrong in the hashtag that I posted this with, so I don't want to talk about it. But this stupid wall, if you remember, this stupid wall, that was the existing wall that we couldn't touch right there. It's so annoying. It made the floor plan so difficult. I think this is genuinely a bad house. I also tried to make it all blue and orange. I think the kitchen's kind of cute, but the rest of it, not good. The roof was impossible. This was a very difficult thing to do. And so all of you guys that did it and did it well, major props to you. I also had a very hard time picking just 10 to show you because you guys don't understand. There are hundreds of them. I mean, you search Simsie shell in the gallery, you could go on forever if it loads. Give it a second. Okay, the gallery's frozen. Oh, we're doomed. Oh, here we go. But like I said, you could go on forever. It's not helping me show you very well, but you get what I'm saying. There are hundreds of builds. So I want to make it clear, you guys, I looked at so many of these houses. I've been commenting on a ton of them, trying to like make sure you guys know I saw them, but there are way too many to tour in one YouTube video. So if I'm not showing off yours in the video, I'm so sorry. You did an amazing job. I just tried to pick like 10 of the most unique ones that I could find. And honestly, I think I have more than 10. I kind of just like plopped down. I picked my 9 and I was like, I can't pick a 10th one. So I put down like 4 more. So we've got a few to look at today. I'm also going to tour them on stream later on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/lilsimsie. I'll look at some more of them on stream. But please keep in mind, if I didn't show off yours in the video, I love you still. And you did a great job. There were so many. There were so many. But to start us off, we've got a class favorite. You might recognize their name. A winged llama has built the most incredible shells. It's honestly offensive how good they are building in this game. I've shown their houses a couple times in this series, but this time, they've really done it again. You've really done it now. I want you all to emotionally prepare yourselves, okay? I mean, are you serious? What? This is the same house? I built this. It was me. I built the whole house. I did it. It was my shelf, so I built this, right? I get full credit, right? No, I don't. That's not how it works. Now, this is one of those houses that just keeps getting better the more you look at it. I mean, first of all, look at the detail on the roofing and everything. I love this little raised deck. I mean, everything about this is so cool. The barn, genius. The landscaping must have taken them forever. There's so many debug objects in this house, but you think it's good now. Wait until you notice that they made all of these windows. These are all individually placed pieces on top of just plain glass windows. They decorated every bit of these windows themselves. Those are custom windows. This thing, that's a light. These little buddies again, custom built light. You've got to be kidding me, right? You come inside into the kitchen, same thing. This counter, you made it? Excuse me? You put bananas on it? I mean, like, the level of detail in this house, the way they've made these, like, double ovens, oh, it's just, you guys, everything about this house is so unbelievable. It makes me feel so bad about myself. These are like custom paintings they made. But you can get them off the gallery and look at this thing. I mean, what is going on? They really used all these weird little crevices that I put into the build. How did you do that? You guys, I'm so in awe of this person. I'm so in awe of you. I mean, the decorations, the way you used my sad little diagonal wall. I'm really sorry about that diagonal wall, by the way. It made the floor plan so difficult, I know. It's just, everything about it is so cute. Oh, we got a missing, oh. You know, when I do that, when I miss wallpaper, people get real angry. It's not a big deal. I love this little room for the kiddos. Oh my god, look at I've never used these wall decals. I just never think to use them. This is adorable. Genuinely adorable. God, my little heart can't take this sort of thing. Also, this person has a Tumblr. I'm gonna link it down below because they post all kinds of builds on their Tumblr. They are so talented. Please check out their stuff. We are not worthy. My idiot shell challenge is not worthy of this. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. I love all the details. Oh my god. Okay, we got more to show you guys though. Just by the way, I'm gonna have all the usernames and build titles for everyone I show off in this video in the description in order so you guys can like find them on the gallery more easily. But the next one is by WonderNobody. It's called ShellChallenge Mansion. My friends, that is an understatement. Are you seeing this? Look at this build. The way people make terrain look good. How do you make it look good? I'm not good at terrain tools in this game. We got some things to break down. Okay, first of all, over here, the water features. If you're just like hanging out in the pool down here and there's these like water fountains, I mean, unbelievable. And the way this deck looks, I think I was most impressed by this part because I love the idea of this like fancy overhanging deck off this crazy, you know, hill you have. I think that looks so cool. That's so like fancy and elegant and like the most incredible thing you find in this really expensive mansion. I mean, this house is like a $10 million house. I mean, with the water behind it in real life, imagine. I love it so much. Like everything about it is just so well thought out and so cool. And again, you cannot tell this is the same house. This is the same shell as before. How is it the same? Oh, there's a ping pong table down here. I didn't even notice that. God, I love everything about this so much. And then you go inside and it gets even better. Just, like, color scheme is so fun. Look at this. I mean, talk about a mansion. All mansions have wine cellars. I mean, juice cellars. I just think this is so impressive. I'm so beyond impressed by all of you guys that can pull this kind of thing off. And I love the use of these cabinets as like a fancy console table. And this like overlaid coffee table they made like a custom coffee table. What do you mean? How did you think of that? I'm not smart enough to think of these things. And also the way they used my wall I thought was really cool because they have this whole master suite in the second half of the build. Like this whole right side of the house is the master suite. So you come in, there's a water feature. You've got like your bed room area over here, made like basically a custom bed by building it into cabinets and stuff. There's a little desk space with like a custom desk too because we do that now. I love the color scheme. And then they have this like master bath and it looks like the doors are maybe kind of open. And so this was my wall. This right here they couldn't get rid of. So they tried to make it look like these maybe like accordion style doors. That looks so cool to me. The way they have these, oh, I think this is so impressive. Even if it's just meant to be walls, I think like the way this kind of works out with this like intentional seating area and the fancy bath, it makes the weird wall look so intentional, not like a weird restriction they had. Like you can't tell that it wasn't put there on purpose, you know? Also, these are windows and they're like cool wall column divider looking things. They're just windows. They're so smart. This is so smart. I could go on forever, but I love this house. The next one we've got is the Eco Luxury Modern Retreat. It was built by tinkysay. All these houses are so cool. I have so much fun looking at them. I hope you guys like this kind of video too. Okay. We have some things to talk about. It's so cool. Okay, deep breaths. First of all, the way this pool looks with these like doors opened to the little patio and the pool, what a genius idea. The landscaping, I mean, it looks so intentionally laid out everywhere, obviously because it is. Like the little pathways, all the covered seating areas, the vines. I have never used these weird vines in my life. How did you make them work so well? Upstairs, there's solar panels and a windmill because it's like this eco house. They've got like a garden up here with bees and things. I mean, I just think this is so beyond genius. And the whole lot is so full. Look, they've got bikes right here because they're eco. You guys, I love this build. It's so pretty. And then you come inside and it gets better. I mean, this like majestic feature wall, the kitchen, what? Look how cool this is. This is so pretty. I would have never thought to use these items this way. I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed. Also, I never use this rug. I can never make this rug work. They made the weird avocado rug work. I love them making this look like a bench too because this weird window kind of has this like little thing on it. I usually have it on the floor like this, so it looks kind of odd, but this makes it look like a fake bench. And it isn't a bench, but like, it tricks your mind. I'm sorry, I'm so impressed with this build. This is genuinely so cool. I love this. Like those little weird bump outs I added, first of all, they made them into a cool bathroom feature. Like that's the shower, and the sink's right here. But like from the outside, that looks so intentional. And instead of being like this weird random bump out that SimsPete put that you have to work with, it looks like they did it on purpose. Like that looks like a fancy wall that was made that way. Like they wanted it to be that way. Oh, I just love this house. I know I get kind of like overexcited and I go on and on about these things, but they're so cool. This next one is by ElizaBuildsStuff, and it's like a medieval house. So this, you know, beautiful, older, abandoned, overgrown build. This is so smart. They put a windmill in the back. I mean, how do you think of this stuff? And it's so cool because I think this weird shell I've built lends itself very well to a house of this style. I mean, the random walls kind of fit that vibe, you know? Almost broken down to an extent. I love it. And the inside, the level of detail with all of the clutter items and stuff, I mean, this is awesome. And this room is split leveled. I just think it's so cool. The candles are lit. Oh, who's been in here? Wait, now I'm scared. It's supposed to be abandoned, I'm scared. But they did that on purpose. All the lights are candles. They've got fireplaces and stuff. They turned my weird wall into like a little organ room. Oh, this guy only gets a curtain. That's kind of sad. Anyway, I just can't imagine how long it must have taken to build this. Oh boy. Oh my god. There's a baby Yoda shrine. It was him. He lit the candles. We gotta go. For some reason, I feel like it's not safe anymore. Anyway, this is a very cool use of all the debug items. This is a very impressive build. I again, cannot imagine how long this must have taken you. So major props to you, Eliza. Okay, this next one is very different. I think this is why I love this challenge so much, is that it makes people do the most ridiculous creative things. This one is by syntheticvenus. Can you believe that this was made with my shell as the inspiration? An Italian cliffside village with my shell as the inspiration. I mean, look at how cool this is. Also, for the record, they put it here. They put it in Del Sol Valley. I kind of think it works, to be honest. A little bit. The back of it's really pretty. But this up here, this is my shell. Way up in the top of the build. So you have to come all the way up the stairs, you know, climb all the way up the whole building. There's so many details, like the mailbox is down here, you know. You climb all the way up, and eventually you make your way all the way up to the top of the build. But there's like a little tiny courtyard, and then you have my house. There's like some split leveling and a very beautiful kitchen. But like, think about how long it must have taken them to build this whole thing. I mean, this is a full 64 by 64 lot. And look at the front. I mean, obviously up close there's more detail. It kind of looks a little bit like it's blurring in the distance. I think because they've got less detail back there, obviously. I think it's honestly very well done. And I love this. Like, you come up by boat and, you know, you can hang out in one of these little restaurants. I think that's so cute. I love this concept. It's so smart. And they furnished a bunch of the front houses. A lot of the back ones aren't, obviously, because that would be ridiculous to furnish the whole thing. But, I mean, these houses are fully furnished here. It's just, this is so smart. What a clever concept. Like, how did you come up with this? It's so cool. Okay. This was my shell. These builds are all so different, and the fact that it's the same house, I love this challenge. It's so interesting how they turn out. Up next, we have this early 1900s mansion by LizzieMonkey. You know the way to my heart, clearly, with these, like, historical builds. But they mentioned how they tried very hard to make it as accurate as possible, and first of all, this is stunning. I mean, genuinely a really beautiful house. I love the walls and the paving on the outside. I mean, this is so pretty. I would love to play here with my Sims. I have genuinely never used this vampire freeze. That's so pretty. I had never thought to use it as like a fancy, this is maybe dumb of me because obviously it like works, but I just don't ever use stuff from vampires, and like, you very tastefully used a lot of vampires items to make a really beautiful house. The inside is very classic and fancy. I adore this concept. I love the idea of trying to make this like accurate historical home using just the Sims. But look, they made my weird wall into a tiny nursery. It's so interesting. A lot of people chose to do it like this, to build their rooms kind of like in this exact shape. Mine was more like that. A little bit different. I love seeing what people do with it though. It's really interesting how people have made these different choices. There's like a tiny half bath right here. How do you think of this build? Like this, the way people look at these shells and they have in their head go, oh, I can make it into like a crazy jungle villa. Or like, oh, I can make it into Italian cliffside. Like, how do you think of that stuff? I mean, I look at it and I think, okay, let's do a suburban, but colorful. I just don't get how they make these choices. You're so talented. The next one's right next door. It's by simsPete. This is a sleek mansion. First of all, we got a 50 by 40 lot on our hands, so there's a lot to take in. Can we talk about this pool? I mean, we've got this like ridiculously impressive infinity pool. You managed to make this impressive statue like make sense. There's this cool little bar, outdoor kitchen area. It's not a bar, it's just an outdoor kitchen. I don't know what I'm talking about. These are all individually placed debug tiles everywhere, by the way. There's fountains, there's like a shed in the back. We've got a garden, there's another pool. A bar, a real bar this time. There's like a kid's playground. The landscaping is so genius. And then you get to the actual house itself. I wanted to start with the rooftop because this is what most excited me. I love the skylight into the office area down there. The idea of like hanging out on the roof with this crazy garden, this looks so pleasant to me. It's beautiful up here. The use of these debug objects as like roof planters, I had never considered doing that before. This looks so cool. These are all debug planters. I had never put them like on a roof before. I love that idea. This looks awesome. You come inside, obviously this like crazy dark color scheme. It's very pretty. I love the kitchen. I mean, everything about this house is so cool. And would you believe me if I told you it's base game only? Because it is. This is a base game mansion. I think people have in their heads that for it to be a cool build, it can't just be the base game. I mean, you even got limos. Using debug makes it really easy to make cool things, just the base game, by the way, but like, you would never look at this house and think like, oh, boring base game house, you know? But this is an entirely base game build. You don't need packs to make a cool house, you guys. Oh man, I'm so impressed by this one. Plus the fact that it's a huge lot, props to you for finishing it because I have no patience. I could never. This next one by DawnGuinto. Also base game. I mean, what? It's so interesting the different things people do with these houses. I mean, they've gone in a completely different direction. Again, also a base game house. Obviously the key to a lot of this is using a lot of debug items. I mean, it's these little details that I would never think of, like using these little like pieces of wood and different tiles to line a cool entryway, the cars to make a driveway, this fun little fountain like pond around the whole place. The fact that the roof goes off the edge of the lot, it kind of makes it blend into the world better. Look how cool this area looks. Like with this crazy like geometric feature, and that's just using roof pieces. That's so interesting. I would never think to do that. This angle of the house is so cool. How do you think to do stuff like that? I'm serious, someone teach me. And then the inside is so pretty. I love the style of it. And like the sizing up of this light. I mean, there's so many little things that I, again, would never think to do. Also, I'm gonna steal this. This using of this cabinet piece as a console table, like a wall-mounted console table underneath TVs, that's so smart. I don't know why I hadn't ever considered doing that, but this thing, it's like a very basic contemporary small cabinet. It comes in a solid black color. Like, it would be so easy to make that look cool as a console table. And people clearly do it all the time. I'm just missing out. I also love the idea of taking different pots, and you can take like a different in-game pot and then put a different plant in it. So it's just like a random sized up urn, and they put a plant in it. So it looks like a new potted plant. Genius. Oh, interesting. That wall follows along the stairs. So here's my wall. It's a bathroom here again. But they made like part of it open above the stairs and they put windows in it. That's really smart. I like how that looks a lot. I'm really impressed. I didn't even notice that before when I was looking at it before I showed you guys. That's the thing, these houses you keep seeing more the more you look at them. Like the lights on them. I think the roof on this is so cool. I mean, like this is a genuinely stunning house. And it's base game only. You would never think of this and be like, oh yeah, it looks like a base game house. I think people that build these base game builds are like, oh, I only have the base game. I don't have any packs, so it's probably pretty bad. No, it's not. Look what you did! Oh my god. This is so cool. You guys, I'm so impressed with all of you. While we're here, I want to show you the one next door. This is a modern home, another modern build. A lot of the people that use my shell made modern houses, I think because it's easier to roof them, because a lot of them like have flat roofs and stuff, so you can cover my weird walls more easily. This one's by Mitchabc. I thought that the idea of using these shelves to cover the windows and make this sort of like feature, same thing over here, that looks so cool. Does it not? And they put terrain paint to make like stripes in the grass. It looks so fancy here. Even the tiny pool in this backyard area, this is beautiful. I really enjoyed this house. Inside, same thing, stunning build. I love the green and brown and black color scheme. It's so like inviting on the inside. And honestly, using the concrete floor, I never think to do that, but it looks really nice. I get like major Grand Designs vibes from this house. You know the show? It's a UK show. It's actually on US Netflix, so you can watch it, but they build these like really cool, oftentimes very modern, like eco type houses all the time. And I'm always like, I don't know, you're putting a concrete floor and you're not gonna finish your cinder block walls, that's gonna look weird. And sometimes it looks really cool. This is the vibe I'm getting from that. Like, you made it, like, really fancy. I like this house a lot. They even made, like, the base game counters, like, the base game standard cheapest counters look really cool. Like, the doubling of the cabinets makes it into, like, a feature, you know? I'm impressed. Thanks for listening. This one is the Pinterest Mom House by Scree3 King. Heavily inspired by that one rich suburban soccer mom. This is where I was getting like way above 10 and I couldn't decide, and I was like, I just gotta show them all. So we're gonna like maybe speed through the rest of these because I feel bad making a ridiculously long video. But look at this house. They went suburban and it looks way cooler than mine. I love the driveway. This is a roof piece, and they made it look like a driveway using it. I think that was really smart. The back is beautiful. The inside is beautiful. You definitely get major Pinterest vibes from the interior. I love this like open door from the little laundry room. I can so see things like this dining room. Like if you like had a really nicely framed picture of it on Pinterest, like putting the pictures on the floor and like all the wooden tones in the room and like having the 2 feature chairs. I just can see someone on Pinterest like loving this kind of furnishing. I think it's very pretty. I was very impressed. This one is Modern Tropics by GamerGuy9718. I was looking at my sticky notes, sorry. But GamerGuy9718 made a beautiful modern house also. Look at the landscaping in the back. Oh, I was so impressed by this house. I thought it was so pretty. I think the landscaping, most of all. I think I really have a tendency to like overdo it with landscaping, but I love this sort of less is more attitude. When they framed it with the rocks, they put dirt everywhere, and there's a few very strategically placed plants, whereas when it's me, I like fill this entire dirt, cover it completely with green, and I think it looks like it's too much when I do it. This is really smart, and the carport, I mean, look at this. I think this house is beautiful. The last one I want to show you is by Louis DeWitt, I think. Hope I didn't pronounce your name wrong. That'd be really embarrassing. This house, this is another one of those things where it's like, genuinely, how did you do this? How did you look at my weird box and think, you know what? I'm gonna do this with it. What? What? The way they used the terrain to build this crazy staircase up, and like the limo, like they built like an extra car part of the driveway so they could put a limo down. Even putting the pipes on the side of the pool, everything about it is so smart and so strategically placed in this crazy staircase at the back. I love this. And the roof is so interesting. I would have never, ever thought to do it like this. And it looks so cool. And the thing is, again, it looks really intentional. Like, you wouldn't see this and think, like, oh, they're just trying to make Kayla's weird little bump outs make sense. It just looks cool. I mean, my weird bump outs on this side, they made into this crazy feature. There's a cool desk underneath that window piece. That's impressive. That's so impressive. And the inside is so fancy. I'm so thoroughly impressed by this concept. There's so much to see, too. Oh, they did it like me. Look. We get the same thing that we did with the shell walls. This is how I made my weird little wall look good. Oh, genius. Great minds think alike, you know? I just can't fathom how much time these people must have spent on these houses. I know all of you guys spent so much time on their houses. I'm so sorry that I couldn't tour all of them on YouTube. It's just there were so many, you guys. And we will do this again, I promise. I'll link my past 2 like touring videos down below because there are tons of cool builds to see that are like these. So check out those down below. I keep saying it, I know. But I think one of the most impressive parts of this is the fact that it's, again, all the same box. Like, you would never look at these houses and think, oh, they're all the same. Because they're all so different and creative and cool. You are all so much more talented than me. I feel so inferior. My stupid orange and blue house, it looks really dumb compared to these. I'm really dumb. This idiot right here. When I make Sims builds for a living, I've been put to shame. I've been majorly put in my place. Okay, I'm gonna go. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Like I said, we will absolutely do another one of these. I love the shell challenges. They're so fun. Give me like a couple months and we'll do them. Okay, I don't know. Thank you. Love you. Miss you. Bye. Again, I am streaming myself looking at more shell builds tonight on Twitch. That's 4 p.m. Eastern time, 9 p.m. in the UK, wherever you are, you can kind of figure it out that way. I'll be live and looking at more. Okay, bye.